I like the sound of that. But yeah, with Grok and as well as Thamas as their front laner here, it seems like Geek Fam, they want to go for the early game. Remember, Valentina, very strong for 2 levels. Level 2, Grok level 2, very strong. Hellgurt will try to find a pickoff on towards Claude there after getting level 4. So Geek Fam, they want to get the ball rolling early and perhaps looking for it like game number 1, 13-minute end, 13, 14-minute end.
Perhaps, man. And we talk about the dash-heavy, tanky heroes. R7, I think, will be on that Paquito. So he'll be looking to get that lane dominance and roam around the map. Both teams honestly have a lot of potential, but I think when it comes to the team fights, Geekfam has the edge, man. They have a lot more area of effect ultimates to try and make plays off, and they have the Valentina that can be so versatile. So this is looking quite dangerous, man. RRQ, I hope they have a plan because GeekFam, they seem to have they just seem to know something that we don't, and that's a bit scary to me.
What's even scarier is I think RRQ, they do have a plan. In game number 1 and in game number 2, 100%. The thing is, GeekFam have been able to outthink RRQ in the games. The execution has been perfect. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're jumping in to the Land of Dawn for game number 2 of this best of 3. The first game was all fire.
All
see the same.
fire. We'll see the same. We will see the same. I mean, it's straight up very hot in here. It's so intense, Mirkon, as well as Rashi. But it seems like, yeah, Faram is harassing Kontra here in the early minute.
Ooh, so it is going to be a
yeah, Faram is wrong.
It's a roaming Faramis, exactly.
Yeah,
so this allows him to just do a lot more work in the early game. He can actually try and pressure as much as possible, and already we see that Hans essentially gets bullied away. In the first game, we saw that Geekfam's approach is to shut down Skylar, gank that gold lane again and again. Will they do the same thing as Baloyskie gets pressured away? They shoot him out of RRQ's jump.
Yeah, there you go. We're already seeing a very aggressive Baloyskie. No battle spell for the next few minutes. But again, GeekFam, they can play with this. They can play with this aggression with Elzura on this Valentina. They have a lot of early game pressure. Bindo coming back in, almost bringing Elzura back, but will be able to force Elzura to flicker out. Meanwhile, top side, Chadera, again, winning in the trades. Skylar won. Yeah, he had to recall there. He was actually kind of low.
It seems like Spharamis needs to assist Claude top side here, but it seems like rotation-wise, both teams, especially both junglers, they're quite happy with their form here up to this minute. But again, the focus will definitely shift towards the gold laners, Skylar and as well as Kadira, especially after this first turtle. We are going to see and witness here the first battle for the first turtle.
Right, the control over the turtle area is already in the hands of GeekFam, and they have options to make plays with. Level 4 is already in the hands of most of the players here, so the ultimates are ready. This might mark the beginning of the first big fight in game number 2.
Let's see, turtle fight number 1. GeekFam better position here. R7 jumping in on the 3. Real world inflation popped in, but that's just the cold ulcer popped by GeekFam. Albert jumps in with a heavy spin, is able to shoo away the members, but Hans picks up the solid retribution onto the turtle. Chained in with his stinger, but in the mid lane, there's not much else. GeekFam winning out again in the early fight.
Wow, turtle cleaned by Hans there, even though Albert is just standing there. No pressure whatsoever, man, but Hellgurt, while charging next onto his Clay, Elzura trying to find a play here. Clay pops that sprint to immediately to retreat. And yeah, still 0-0 here, no first blood in the second game for the first 3 minutes.
Being able to steal away the gold buff is a small victory for RRQ, and you can see it, the gold department, right? GeekFam is already ahead, and they're looking to extend that gold lead even more. Baloyskie is so proactive, man. Every single time, he's always trying to find information. He's always trying to pressure away at the members of RRQ, and they actually rotate to the top side.
See, again, Baloyskie is actually opening up the map so well here to enable his team once again to look for trades, to go and open up the other side of the map and look for even more. Meanwhile, top side, Chadera and Skylar just dishing out a little bit of damage, but in this game, I feel like both teams are going to be a little bit calmer. They're not going to go for any crazy fights, but just as I say that, Baloyskie opens up the map. Chadera, with the render shot, is able to find Albert, but whoa, I don't know about this. Chadera jumps into the lane. Baloyskie there with a wild charge, able to cancel out the real world manipulation. Meanwhile, GeekFam, there you go. Dark side falls. The Cult Ulcer perfectly placed by RRQ, but it's also returned here by the Cult Ulcer from Elzura. Albert dishing out the damage. Finn jumping back into find the hook, but it's gonna be Hans who actually gets zoned away. Both teams backing up. El Zuro under the turret, finding Finn with the first blood. Presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series.
Man, I am thrilled to see this match now. Mirko and Arashi Geek Fam taking the first blood. It seems like they are not finished. Baloyskie here will fall as Skylar will claim that kill. A little too aggressive there from side of Baloyskie. He is a little offside, but take a look across the map. Luke is proactive here, already damaging the turtle to half HP.
Luke here on to the turtle. RRQ with the response as well. Albert doesn't have the heavy spin. It's actually still Albert who wins out the retribution battle here. And that brings RRQ back to just a small, slight goal lead for Geek Fam.
Slight goal lead for Geek Fam, but remember, Geek Fam has Hans on the Hellcurt, so he is on an assassin, and we've seen that this man can be absolutely lethal, and RRQ, they have to be even more aware, because El0 on the Valentina can also make more of those proactive, insane, divey plays. And I think in that fight earlier, what's really overshadowed, essentially, is Baloyskie with the